What's up, guys? It's Antoine. I'm finna hit y'all back up with this 1-2 punch. Today, what we're gonna go over is Creed 2 movie review. So, I'm a little bit late because the movie came out on Tuesday. I really just got some free time, this weekend. I was meaning to do it yesterday, but I overstood up. But anyway, we finna hit this up and tell you what it is. I'm gonna do a mullet style, where the review of the movie gonna be up front, and the ending of the movie gonna be the sporter talk. They're gonna be in the back. I'll give y'all a chance when I say mullet talk to stop the movie. If y'all haven't seen it, stop the video, go see the movie, and come back to it. So, sorry, excuse me. So, this movie takes place after Creed. Yes, let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's an 8 movie in the Rocky Balboa movies, or Rocky movie. So it's supposed to be Creed at his again. He's not at his, I won't say at his height of his career, but it's he's moving on up. Here's a little bit of a spoiler so y'all can understand where I'm coming from and how they can work out. He moved up a weight class. That's why he's bigger. So he's doing his thing at the very beginning of the movie. He don't fight Ricky Connor no more, the guy at the end of the first one. He fights another one. Remember, he moved up a weight class. So now he's in big boy class. Now he's not fighting light heavyweight, he's fighting heavyweight. So he's like, he's about 30 pounds heavier, and you can see it. He still fight in this movie technician instead of broader. I'm gonna explain that to y'all at the end when I do the mullet style. Okay, I can't really explain it to y'all till y'all see when I start saying, okay, this is this and this is this. So this movie takes place roughly probably about, I think he fought. Rocky fought the Russian, and Apollo got killed in '85, August, and then he fought the Russian, if it was real terms, he fought the Russian in December in Russia. So this take place approximately 3 decades and a little bit of change after the fact. And like I said, this movie, he pretty much proved, it is like a light spoiler for the first one, if you haven't seen the first one, that he's not a mistake. He's the real deal now. So he wins the championship. He's the real deal. They're all happy. Now it's time for him to start making business decisions and all that kind of stuff. We'll go over that in the spoiler review. But yeah, you get to see the effects of when Rocky won the fight and when Ivan Drago lost the fight. How it affected the whole family, the whole nation when they fight like that. You don't get to see just where you can develop hate for the villain in this movie. You can actually feel sorrow for the villain too. And you can see how Rocky says this guy was raised in hate. So you get to see the sins of the father. Like the first one, the sins of the father was stolen onto the son. Almost like Black Panther, you get to see that, somewhat. Not as much as Black Panther, but you get somewhat, You get to see in sports. I know a lot of people think boxing, MMA is just brawling, these kind of cockfighting. No, it's nothing like that. You actually get to see the three, where you had to have 3 things in the fight to win the fight. You had to have talent / skill. You got to have how much spirit and heart you put into it, and the most important one in this movie is your heart. You know, how much you put your mind towards it, and how much heart you put into it. That will make Rocky such an awesome fighter. In this fictional war, that will make Rocky such a talented fighter, because he had lots of heart, and he was able to beat people he wasn't supposed to beat. That's going to play a role in this movie too. Overall, I liked it in the movie. Here's another spoiler alert, not for the movie, but for me. I'll tell you, yeah, I'll say it based on the movie. Like you say, Creed 2 was pretty much Rocky 1. Creed was pretty much Rocky 1. This one, although it got some parts of the other movies in it, this one is pretty much Rocky 3. If you watch the review and you see the Rocky movies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to tell y'all that about a minute. So, what do I give the movie review? Or what do I give the movie? It had a lot of emotion. It just had like love in it, and then it had the son taking his girl to go see the mama. You get to see how much of a role and how much Adonis really respects Rocky. You see him as a father figure, mentor. And see, that's why I said, that's why I was always blessed in sports when I did that. You get to see how crummy the business really is, and you get to see the difference between someone who really cares about the fighters and someone where you just another daughter to them. They'll get you in, kick you out. So you get to see how you got to have brains and think about what you're going to have to do. So what I'm going to get a review is, I'm probably going to give this movie a 7.5 out of 10. There's some parts you can lose yourself to it, and some parts, okay, you need to hurry up. It has some flaws in it, but I mean, that's just me being picky. But it was overall a good movie. Sporter talk now. Mullet style, sporter talk. You haven't seen this movie? Start the video now. You forget some juicy details, even though it's a movie. And I'm finna get ready to put how it relates to the real world and how it give a sporter talk. Alright. Like I say, this guy, Michael B. Jordan, is huge in this movie, man. He got to be walking around about 230 in this movie. I mean, this Joker is stopped up in this one. So like I say, he bumped up the weight class. Now, I think he said after the loss with Ricky Collin, that's the champion of the last fight with Creed. He had like a 5-win winning streak. So evidently what he did when he moved up weight, that actually really worked out for him. So when he moved up weight, he's fighting the heavyweight champion at the very beginning of the movie. He still got Rocky's mentors in it. So you get to see how that helps. And like I say, okay, at the end, they got the championship. He's on top now. So he just pretty much just realizing that he's at the point where you make a lot of money as a fighter, but you really don't make the real money until you're a champion. That's when everybody come to you, everybody start watching you. You can dictate who you fight, who you want to fight, and you get the rivalries, all that kind of stuff like that. You can get paid when you're the champion. Now, think of somebody. Think about someone closer to Rampage Jackson. He just got the title, but he exploding, but he haven't reached his peak yet, you know. Like everybody noticed, the sports promoters noticing him, but everybody noticing him now. And that's when you get to see another crummy guy in the movie. And when you watch it, you say, okay, he tells the truth, but he twisted it how he tells it. That's the fight promoter. When you see that fight promoter, I forgot his name, but think about someone closer to like Don King. All right, that's pretty much how that one works out. But that's how you gotta be real careful and keep who you really trust, someone who you really love around when you get it to that stage in life. That's physically in sports, and that's businessly in all. But like he was telling, like, okay, you see all these people out there. There's in a club there. You see all these people out here. They're probably in 77 heavyweight, and people might not even remember 3 of them. And that's true, you know. Most people are hit or miss. You're never really gonna meet them all. So I mean, like I say, you know, I think a boxer might make 500 to a million, something like that, you know, something along those lines, and that's a lot of money for me and you. But when you really think about, okay, when you have the championship, and then you can dictate what you want, like the Mike Tyson, the Floyd Mayweather, the Muhammad Ali, the War Jones, the Pacquiao, even in the fiction world, like it'll be Apollo Creed, it'll be Mason Malayan Dix, it'll be Rocky Balboa. When you have that belt and you go on the winning streak, then you can dictate, okay, don't come to me unless you bring in at least 20 mil. You know, that's how you do that. Okay? So he just not getting out of being a good fighter to starting to be a great fighter, if that makes sense to y'all now. So now he got the academics stuff to prove that he's the real deal. So they win the belt, and now they at the stage in the life where they're like, okay, we got everything out of Philadelphia. What more do we got to prove? This is like the business decision. Well, maybe we should go back to LA, you know, there's more stuff like that, you know, down here. Maybe we should go back down there, you know. Essentially, they're talking about leaving Rocky. But that going to play a part, too, when you see that, you know, later on in the review. So, I don't think it wasn't even a month when you won that championship. This is how it happened in real life. When you won that championship, and then you have people start knocking on the door with their agents. Yo, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, you know. And that's when you think about, okay, I'm the champion. That's where you got to have the mindset. I'm the champion. This would be a good fight, but I don't really need this. This is a rivalry fight. I don't need to do this. So right from the get-go, Victor goes, you get to see, I get back to that later. Right from the get-go, you get to see Victor on Drago is no joke in this movie. He's more, instead of a technician, he's more of a brawler. But how he fights, it works for him. You know, you're going to have your technicians, like Mayweather's a technician. The first time Mike Tyson had the championship, he was a technician. Muhammad Ali was a technician. Later on, when Mike Tyson really won the championship the second time, then he became more of a brawler. So you get to see that. Think of Victor Drago as the second time Mike Tyson won the title. How he was a brawler and how he was dominating and rats at people then. That's how you got to think about Victor Drago. And you get to see how he beating up these poor people. You get to see how he beating up these guys. You get to see the presence that he braves. And like I say, he probably got 50 pounds. He's taller. He's bigger. He was raised in hate. A person who raised in hate that ain't got nothing to lose is just like Rocky said, is dangerous. I don't care if it's a sports fight, if it's on the streets. Someone who's in a place in their life where they don't have nothing to lose is dangerous. You don't want to be around them. You don't want to hang on them. You want to try to help them, but don't let them bring you down, because people like that will get somebody hurt or get them killed. That's my opinion. I've seen that before, and that's what I'm saying. Those are the people you got to be careful of, you know. They don't got nothing to lose. And like I said, that was part of Rocky was trying to tell Adonis Creed, you know, that hate that when he challenged him, we going back to why I said we going to meet up, that hate that when he was trying to challenge Creed, Adonis, and the sport, he was building the fight, the promoter was building the fight, and he did it in a very disrespectful, crummy way. But that's business, that kind of business. You try and bring up money, and like I say, he probably got paid. He fought Victor Drago in the movie Try. That's a heated rivalry. Right? I know people hated that guy. I mean, they hated because of Ivan Drago, his dad. They probably hated Victor Drago, and they probably just hated him. So that's like a rivalry. I mean, you ain't talk more about it. So both business-wise, it's a double-edged sword. It's probably a good fight because I know, I'm just telling straight up, if I saw like a beloved figure, you gotta think about this. I put it in real terms for you. A beloved figure like Michael Jordan. That's pretty much how it is. Michael Jordan was pretty much Apollo Creed. And then Phil Jackson would be probably Apollo, where he was supposed to watch over him, and he didn't. That's another thing. When you that kind of coach, it's not your fault if the guy can't fight and protect himself. You're gonna have to stop the fight before someone get hurt, and that's what always troubled Rocky. So if someone was to, if Michael Jordan was a boxer and he was to get killed in the ring, and the guy pretty much don't show no remorse or nothing, now you get to see like that kind of heat that family has on them now. And I mean, I hate to say it, it's just a sport. Rocky should have stopped. That fight should have been stopped though. I know you're competitive, but there's this thing where you can't fight no more, Apollo came in there playing around. When it got time for him to get serious, it's too late. But anyway, so you get to see that, the promoter boosting it up. So he said, he walked all over his dad and so forth like that. Give us a shot at the title, so forth like that. So now Adonis has hate in his heart, animosity. And remember, like I said, those three things, you got to have those three things. I don't care how talented you are, how much skill you got, how much heart you got, how much knowledge you got. You got to have those three things all together to become a great and a good fight. You might win 1 or 2 fights, but for you to fight everybody and be the best, you got to have it. So Michael B. Jordan in this movie had the skill, he had the knowledge. He really didn't have the knowledge in the last fight. I'm sorry. He had the knowledge in the last fight, the fight when he first fought Drago. He really didn't have the knowledge then. He really didn't have the heart then. The guy was playing off his anger and knew he was going to do it. And see, that's how promoters do, that kind of stuff. They do kind of, dirty stuff like that going to trigger your pride and that kind of stuff. That's why a lot of these athletes, they really don't like to go out because people are, for the bulk of people going to be loved. They're going to love them. Yo, how you doing? But they're always going to be that one guy, that promoter that try to do something that you don't want them to do and force you into a situation. And that's when you got to be a bigger man. That's why a lot of them really don't like to go out. So point me saying, Adonis is mad, he's not thinking. He got the talent, but he doesn't have the head now. He doesn't got the heart either. There's 2 of the things he got to have before that he's missing out on. So he goes in, he tried to get Rocky to train him. Rocky knows the deal, Rocky probably would have been training him if he was fighting for the right reasons. Watch the movie and you get to see what the right reason is. But anyway, what I told y'all it's a play on part 3. When Rocky looks at this guy, he pretty much, you don't want to hurt his pride, but how he was thinking, he pretty much lost the fight before he even got in the ring, So, my good sport athletes, y'all know what I'm talking about there. His head wasn't in the game, so Rocky said, "No, I'm not gonna train you because you're not thinking right. You're not even thinking about how to fight. You ain't thinking about jab, cross, hook, uppercut, stuff like that. You thinking about I'm finna whoop this man's A. That's what you thinking about. And that you're not thinking, you're gonna get your butt tore up when you're fighting like that. So either way, Rocky says, I'm not gonna train you, and that kind of stuff like that. Then he goes over to another trainer and get him to train him. The other trainer is like the son of the trainer that trained Rocky and Apollo. So he plays on his emotions and he teaches him or trains him how to fight. He's a good trainer, but point me to saying Adonis Creed, his head wasn't in the game. And like I said, he pretty much lost the fight before he even got in. The guy got a disqualification. Drago got a disqualification. Yada, yada, yada. Adonis kept the belt. But he lost the fight, though. He got his butt tore up. And you get to see the size differential. The best way I can put it is, it's pretty much a light heavyweight going up against a super heavyweight. That's 2 weight classes, guys. Light heavyweight, super heavyweight. He said that he's a heavyweight, but he probably just barely making heavyweight. Well, this guy's like a big super heavyweight, He's tall, he's big. He has hate. He lived just for hate, guys. This guy lived just for hate. He got too much hatred in his heart. So, going past that, you get to see that when they pair them off and they pair them off just like that and they look at each other, you really get to see the size differential. When, he fights him, he get jab call, and you get to see the power differential too. So, need to say, Adonis Creed get his butt tore up, get sent to the hospital, yada, yada, yada. Then you get to see how much of a mentor Rocky really is for this guy. He's not just a coach, he's more of a father figure, a mentor for this guy, So, Adonis Creed was pretty much mad at Rocky at first, but then he tells him, look, I know why you didn't train me. I pretty much lost the fight before I got in the ring. So, after that, they cooled down for a while. You remember part 3 where Rocky loses his will to fight? Adonis pretty much is in this stage now. It's harder for a champion because they put their whole heart, their life, all of that stuff into that fight. So it's not just, I'm going to go out there, I lose some, I win some. No, they put everything in there. They change the diet, how to eat, A lot of these athletes, they like to have sex and all this kind of mystery, all that kind of stuff. When a fighter, they have to be pure. So they go abstinent, all that kind of stuff going into, we ain't gonna go into why you're being abstinent. You keeping your spirit pure. So the guys and women that go around sleeping with everybody, you giving direct access to someone. You giving someone direct access to your spirit. And that's when you go back to more of the spiritual part of boxing, that kind of stuff. That's a little insight for y'all. It has more to it than that, but there's more spirit and science. But we ain't gonna really get into that because it take me a whole video to try to explain that to y'all. But like I said, they give everything up for that. So when they lose, you can see how it tears them apart. So anyway, he gets his stuff back up there. I leave that out. He gets his stuff back up. And as Rocky trains him again, this time Rocky said, okay, I'll train you because now you know what you're fighting for. So instead of them, he goes to the other trainer and have him train him too. So they got Rocky and the other guy training him too. So instead of Adonis Creed finding his natural style like a technical fighter, like Mayweather fights were technical. And it's in silver when he was the real deal, fought more technical. GSP, when they was on top, these guys fought real technical. Muhammad Ali, they fought real technical. Now, Adonis Creed, the last fight, they don't fight technical. They fight closer to a broader state, Not that it's bad, not that it's good, but you had to know who you're fighting for, who you fighting with, And so now you get to see Adonis Creed or Michael B. Jordan's character packs on even more weight. You get to see when he's hitting the tires. You get to see when he's running and so forth like that. They building up calcium deposits over his hands and all that kind of stuff. He hitting them with the medicine ball in the stomach, all that kind of stuff. So what's probably gonna be closer to a style, closer to like movie type where they kick the palm trees, the banana trees 1,000 times a day, where they break the legs and it heals back up. That's pretty much what they do in this one. Probably not to that extent, and it's a movie too, but this is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. A lot of it's a movie, you know, they ain't gonna have that big of a difference, you know. I think there's only one fighter that made it past multiple weight classes and boxing and never really lost. Now let y'all guys who know what I'm talking about, y'all know who I'm talking about. And y'all guys hit me up in the comments if y'all know who I'm talking about. Anyway, like I said, okay, now they raising him and training Michael B. Jordan character as a brawler. You get to see how they fight in the end, you know, where they put inside. You get to see how he built up his castle in the deposit, hitting the tires and that kind of stuff. So he probably broke his knuckles and that kind of stuff like that, but he probably hitting them back. So it probably won't be round knuckles like I got. His knuckles probably more flat now. You know, there are some styles that train how to fight like that. You know, more your primitive martial arts trains like that. You got some boxers fight like that. Think of someone closer to like a Pacquiao. Nowadays, Pacquiao is more of a brawler than a technician. That's why, in my opinion, that's why Mayweather was able to beat Pacquiao. You know, not that Mayweather's bigger than Pacquiao. No, Mayweather's a technical fighter, and technicality are always gonna win. Technicality have faults too. You know, you gotta be about the same size and that kind of stuff, or you gotta have your head really in the game. So now, like I say, he's more of a broader technical fighter, you know, in this one. More on the broader style. So you get to see that part. That's pretty good. You see how that training essentially helps him during the fight, you know. He still struggles, but you see that training more helps him move on. You see him, it had more light moments, you know, in the movie where he finally proposes to the girl. You know, he have a nice, beautiful ring for her. Beautiful ring. And then another part, you know, he takes a girl to see his mother and so forth like that. And the mother said, okay, how many months are you? They don't even know that they pregnant. But the mother, I guess, just being motherly, can sense it. And they're like, oh man, I don't know what we're going to do. So like, we going to make it through this. So that's another part. You get to see the progression. You see how the girl, as she's pregnant, go through the movie and have the baby. So you get to see it almost a timeline of how long did this take, you know. A world champion boxing martial arts, I think, fight maybe 3 times a year, and he might only had 2 fights a year. So that year, he won the title, Victor Drago, and the Victor Drago rematch. So they're trying to push him to fight. He did what he was supposed to do, but they're saying, hey, buddy, you don't hurry up and put this title up again, it's going to be vacant, you know. So now you get to see, like I say, the desperation of, you know, his character, you know, how and what they had to put up when they fight, you know. Because like I say, when an athlete trains, like a true athlete trains, everything changed. The diet, you know, like Thanksgiving dinner, like what we just had, ain't gonna be that. Everything, all the food's gonna be very bland. It's gonna be white meats. They say tuna fish is good, which is somewhat good, but you really don't want to eat tuna fish. You're gonna eat white fish. It'll be like brim and bass, you know, chicken without its skin. You're gonna eat very plain foods. You ain't gonna have that many cheat days. A good trainer might give you 1 cheat day, because you're gonna freak out if you don't have no cheat days. You ain't gonna be drinking no alcohol, none of that stuff like that. It's probably just gonna be just water. You know, it'll give you 1 cheat day. So now you get to see that all that kind of stuff. You gotta have, like I say, with spirit, you can't be hanging around with everybody. Probably you're very close, trust knitted family and friends. And a lot of them you're not gonna really see. You're gonna keep like the very close ones to you though. So Now you see like what they had to give up, you know. So after that, you get to see him do that. Like you get to see Adonis Creed, you know. You actually get to see both fighters and see what effect they do to the family, how the family plays an effect on them. So when you get to see Adonis Creed, he really only have, you know, the guy that trained him for the first fight is pretty much just a trainer to him. That's pretty point blank. That's all he is to him, you know. You get to see the people who he really needs in his corner is his mother, his wife, and Rocky Balboa, and probably the baby. Yeah, and the baby. So his mother, his wife, Rocky Balboa, and the baby. 4 people Adonis Creed had to have in his family. You get to see, like I said, how Ivan Drago, when he fought, how when he lost everything. You know, and now his son is where he gonna bring his family out and all that kind of stuff like that. The woman, Ivan Drago's wife in part 4, and Victor Drago's mother left him. So that show you what kind of terms of a woman she is, you know. It's not Ivan Drago's fault. I mean, you're gonna eventually over time you're gonna lose a fight, you know. Even you can say Mayweather is undefeated, but they're doing practice session. I guarantee you, there's someone out there that beating Mayweather's butt that he haven't defeated. There's somebody out there. It's not professional record. There's everybody that had a loss. So now you get to see how that, and then at the end of the movie, you see when I leave some of that out. Victor Drago, you get to see when the tide started changing. Cause really, it started off close knit. Victor Drago is actually winning until something happens. I'll let you watch the movie, and Creed breaks Drago's spirit. Then you see he start really losing the match. And then after that, when you see he losing the match, you see the wife or the ex-wife and the mother leave Drago. And the deal had been done then. So you get to see all that kind of stuff. And I purposely left some stuff out. Ooh, that's a 32-minute long review. Ooh, I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, you get to see how this movie is. I really like this movie. I enjoyed myself to this movie. You get to see like when what a fighter actually puts up, more realistic, what he actually put up to when he fight and really lose. Like when he fought Drago the first time, how Drago broke Creed's rib, perforated his kidneys and stuff like that. Oof. And you get to see when you all knew what was going to happen. The time he went to the restroom, you see that he's starting to pee in blood because the kidneys filter the system out. So filter your blood out and cleans your blood, you know, turns to urine and all that kind of stuff like that. We ain't going to go to biology and that kind of stuff. But just know the kidneys play a vital role in your digestive system. Clean out your blood so when you go to urinate and all that kind of stuff. Well, that wasn't happening because his kidneys had got perforated. So he went to the restroom and used it and started seeing him peeing blood. You get to see how an athlete or any man needs a strong woman in his life. Either his wife, his mother, sister. He needs a strong woman in his life, you know, to tell him, look, you effing up, or you got this, get back on your feet. Someone to push him through all of his goals and that kind of stuff like that. You get to see how his mother, how she know what to go through with and what to push him with. You know, and then like the mother always she was the one that when Creed and Balboa was fighting, would say, okay, Balboa, I know he's mad at you, but he needs you now. So that's what the mama was doing. You get to see that. She told him, like, look, you're a grown man, you don't need my blessing. And then you see that he was trying to mouth off, and she said, well, clearly, you don't got Rocky Balboa's blessing either. So good luck. She pretty much told him, good luck. I know what's going to happen to you. You're going to get the brake shoes beat off of you. And good luck. I hope it doesn't kill you. just like that. So you get, I mean, it's a well-rounded movie. You know, you get your emotional point. You get to see you get emotional love. You get to see perseverance. It's just a well-rounded movie. I want to put it about 8, but there's some parts where I say, okay, it's a little bit too much for me. But I mean, overall, it's still a really great movie. So I want to stay with it around about 7.5. So hope y'all guys enjoyed the review. Like, comment, and leave something in the comments and tell me what y'all think about it. You know, let me know about that one fighter in boxing history, what we talked about in the movie. Other than that, God bless now and forever. Peace.